What's going on, guys? This is Chandler Smith, and today Garrett and I have some serious responsibility because we are here doing an inspection and due diligence on this duplex or sketch duplex. We're figuring out if it's a legitimate duplex, and we're not doing due diligence for either of us. We're actually doing it for one of our #1 sales reps and team leaders here at Aptiv, and also Garrett's brother, Ryan Myers. However, he's out working his butt off selling pest control door to door and managing a large team. And so Garrett and I are here doing the due diligence, helping him decide if this is a good property to purchase as a house hack. So with all of that being covered, let's jump into it. All right, guys, so we're gonna walk around the exterior. We're gonna run you through the numbers. We're gonna help Garrett decide, or Ryan decide if Garrett's making noise. I don't know, because he's picking weeds. We're gonna help Ryan decide. We're gonna help Ryan decide if this is going to be a good purchase. And I get excited when I see dilapidated, is that the proper word? A dilapidated exterior, because it usually means you're gonna get a good deal. However, he does have this under contract at a premium. So we, one, wanna make sure that the numbers are going to work, but two, we're looking for things on the exterior and interior to bring up during our due diligence to hopefully get some money back to make sure that the numbers work for Ryan. Now, if you'll remember, about a year or 2 years ago, I actually helped Ryan buy a fourplex with an FHA loan that I sold to him. And here's a fun fact that we learned: when going through that process, you can only do one FHA loan, which means you can only get one property at under 25% down with 4 units. However, you can get it with 1 unit. However,
5% down, it's conventional.
Yes, you can get 5% down. We'll put this little sheet up here that shows you. I was misinformed on that, and it's actually something that changed recently. The life hack we're using on this property is technically it's not a legitimate duplex, but it can be used as a duplex and potentially transferred later, so he can still get into it for 5% down while it's a single family home, but get the benefits of a multifamily property.
So it's kind of an interesting situation in talking with the loan officer. This place, yeah. This place is, I believe it's zoned single family, but it basically has an accessory dwelling in the basement. So one owner at one point put in a kitchen in the basement and then sectioned it off. So as long as the appraiser calls it a single family, he can get in for 5% down. If the appraiser calls it a duplex, he'll probably have to put 15% down. So that's kind of what it all rides on, from my understanding.
So
we're slipping the appraiser at 50.
We're hoping the appraisal comes back so that he can get a much better deal. And for those of you wondering, why does he want the lower down? Well, it's going to maximize his return and put him in a... You uncomfortable yet? It's going to maximize his return, help him put a lower down, so that then he can have more cash to go out and buy more multifamily real estate this year, because he did have a killer year, he can afford it, but the less you can put down, especially if the numbers work, the more real estate you're going to be able to purchase.
Yeah, and Ryan is crushing the real estate game. He's 24, and if he buys these, it'll be units 8 and 9. So I'm jealous. I didn't own a single property at 24, not even one. I don't think you did either.
Well, and that's what's so cool about coming and working with us. When I started doing door-to-door sales, I had no idea what I was doing, and it took me years before I could purchase the first property. And then Garrett has had momentum from what I've done to be able to build up his portfolio faster. And now you look at his brother. His brother's going to pass us in his net worth, and he's a good 6 years behind us.
Yeah.
So it's a huge advantage. If you are interested in learning more about that job, you can push or click the link up here to go watch a video about door-to-door sales and how we help sales reps go out and make great money and then invest their money. Or if you want to apply to come work for us, you can click the link below. So, couple things. First off, the grass is torn to crap. Like, it doesn't look good. That's something that I would say, hey, this is going to cost money to fix. These stairs are torn up. This is not safe. And so these are all going to need to be fixed. Over here, and this is something like the siding, as you can see, it looks like this has hail damage.
That's what I was thinking. Is it hail damage?
Yeah, I think so. Or somebody's been out here with a BB gun 24/7 for a couple days, because you've got lots of issues with the siding.
Which, that's an expensive fix.
A major expense, but it's not something that needs to be fixed right now. Or forever. I mean, it's still gonna last, but it's something that you can put during due diligence to get a lot of money back. The other thing is this concrete right here. This is super problematic, definitely something that needs to be replaced from top to bottom, but again, not something that needs to be replaced immediately. Now, a lot of people are saying, Chandler, why does that matter? Well, you can ask for the whole replacement when going through your due diligence, which is going to make your numbers even better. It's going to put you in a place where you can get more money off the purchase price or more money back. So if this does come back as, you know, a 2-dwelling, there's the potential we could get more money back at closing or just get money off of the purchase price. But then when you don't have to fix this right away, you can just add that into your expenses over the next 5 years of money you set aside, so that it doesn't really have any impact on you. It's not something you have to do immediately, and it can make your numbers better, especially if you're managing the property properly and there's not a lot of maintenance. So windows are one of my favorite things. If you look, you've still got these windows. They're still working, but that's something on your inspection you put in and say, look, you know these need to be replaced, but you don't have to replace them right away, but you can still nickel and dime them down on the purchase price. So we've covered all of this. We're gonna take note of them so that we can run the numbers and see where we need to come back. But now let's get inside. We're gonna do a quick walkthrough and figure out what we think these can rent at, because between Garrett and I, we actually know this market pretty well up here in Rexburg, Idaho. And so we're gonna see what they can rent at, then we're gonna run the numbers and see if it's a purchase that Ryan should go through with.
This is a Carhartt t-shirt.
Carhartt is not giving us permission to sponsor this video.
No sponsorship.
And this was not done by Carhartt. This was done by Yogi Myers. Yogi Myers t-shirt.
All I did was pour bleach on this bad boy. Look how stylish. How's my style, Chan?
It's great.
You always make fun of my style, but I think this is a vibe.
That's better than most. The
Yeah.
Lulu with the Carhartt.
Thank
the
you.
one time I've seen you pull it off.
Thank you.
That was a subpar advertisement.
You don't even have to, well, it's not really an ad. I'm just informing the people. I'd like to see a trend start. Just buy these cool pastel colored Carhartt t-shirts, pour some bleach on them. It's free.
It's that easy.
No charge to you.
Yeah. You
gotta
can
buy
even
the
do it
bleach.
by accident. If
You could.
accidentally.
You could. Actually, the reason I started doing this is I had a few food stains and I couldn't get them out. So
You just put
I
bleach
just
on
put
them
bleach.
because you figured the white was better.
Well, I figured it would look cool, yeah.
But his goal is to rent out this by the room upstairs and have a unit downstairs he can rent. And he's probably only gonna live in it for a year. Hopefully he can lock down a lovely lady and then either live here or go and get a house.
Yeah, and honestly, you could live here with your spouse super comfortably. It's totally separate.
This has a living room,
2 bedrooms and a bathroom.
2 bedrooms and a bathroom. If we were renting this just to a married couple, you could probably get 900 to 1,000.
No, more than that.
You think?
You can get 1,200.
1,200 for
I-
2-bedroom up here in
I
Rexburg?
think.
We better do our research then.
We're right by the
You
school.
do have your own yard, you're right
We have a
next to the school.
garage.
Let's say 1,100. I feel like 1,100 is reasonable. Mr. James.
Yeah, you ready to talk?
Yeah, how are you?
Pretty good yourself?
You're sick of seeing me.
Yeah, no. Okay, the chimney, it's starting to deteriorate. Okay, you're gonna see pictures in the report of the not only the brick, but the cap starting to deteriorate. So it can go a long time, but you want to budget for repair. There is no way to get that water heater out.
Really?
They built that room around the furnace and water heater.
Oh, in the basement there.
There's no way to get it out unless you cut a door in adjacent to the door that's already there. Okay, you're gonna have to cut a door in to the right to get that water heater out.
Rule number 1 of a plunger: never put a used plunger on the carpet. You gotta look at that. That's a disservice to society.
Hey, you betcha, guys. See you again.
Thanks so much.
Okay,
Good to
you
see you. All right, guys, so here is where we are at. It is under contract at $295. My guess is we're gonna be able to get another $10,000 to $20,000 off.
I don't know, maybe.
Maybe.
I already got 20. They asked 315.
Really? So this is where it's gonna get hard for Ryan, is he's gonna be faced with this decision. I would only pay $235,000 for this if I was buying it for me as an investment property. In the inspection, nothing damning that would keep me from purchasing it. There is that opportunity to add the washer and dryer, and it's got some weird stuff going on. Doesn't scare me. This isn't something that would intimidate me. I would still use all of the weirdness to help negotiate. The fact that it's not an actual duplex, the fact that you've got the concrete, the siding, the grass, you've got a lot of stuff that you can nickel and dime them on to try and get them down. So I would push for that. I would only pay $235,000. Right now, Ryan has it under contract for $295,000. Did I just ask you that?
Yeah, a couple times.
So, so you're $60,000 different. But here's the thing you have to take into consideration with what is technically a single-family home is the value of this property is up due to the fact of the value of all of these other properties. This is on a very nice street. This is only 1 block away from university where real estate is going at an absolute premium. So the question he has to ask himself is he buying it below market value? And he also needs to get into a property that he can live in, and he's moving up here. So he's got the time situation, he's got the fact that he wants to live in one, he wants to pick up real estate at only 5% down and potentially less than that if we can get money back at close, and then he can, you know, defer that stuff that doesn't need to be done right now. So this is where it gets tricky on a house hack situation, is he might also be able to get more out of the upstairs by renting by the room, because he could be in one room and then he could rent out the other room to 2 roommates. He could have 3 upstairs. There are so many factors that come into play, and at the end of the day, if he could turn around and sell this for more than he bought it for, purely because it's viewed as a single family home and people are willing to pay a premium here, you know, if you're buying it under market and you can potentially live for free or close to for free, pick up another rental property that can be used as 2 units, and when he moves out, it can still be cash flowing well. It's just tricky, because this is where I don't know how to advise him on the best thing to do. It's going to be up to him. Do I think this is a terrible investment that he shouldn't make? Not necessarily, because his situation, he'd be paying rent anyways, and I do think he's getting this under market value if you look at the neighborhood, you look at the size of the home. So that's my thoughts. Ryan, now you're gonna have to make the determination if you wanna make the jump on that, and how much you wanna push back with what we have to get the purchase price lower. Your thoughts?
Yeah, no, I agree completely. I think that kind of hits my thoughts pretty well.
So now it's gonna be up to Ryan. We're gonna let you guys know in a future video what he thinks, but nothing in the inspection that would turn me away. However, the purchase price does make me nervous, and if I was in Ryan's exact situation, I don't know what I would do.
Personally, I think I would buy it because it's nice enough that you could live there for as long as you wanted to.
Single family home wise, what do you think the true market value of this property is?
I think it's about $300,000.
So you've got $20,000 of instant equity. Granted, you're gonna have to pay realtor fees and other stuff, but it's also in a market that we really strongly believe in, and I wouldn't be surprised if over the next 2 years rents drastically increase, because that's been the trend. I also think we can milk them for a little bit more than what they're at, and unfortunately, I don't know that Ryan will find a better deal. And if you're gonna lock up money and get good debt with super low interest rates in something that he's gonna be paying less or potentially not paying anything to be able to live here for free.
Yeah, plus he'll enjoy living there. I mean, that's the other kicker, is it's nice enough to want to live there. He's not moving into a dump. He's not moving into somewhere that he needs to do $15,000 worth of repairs. Like, it's a good place to live while you're going to school and having fun and recruiting and all that stuff.
So I'm gonna withhold my decision on whether he should buy or not, so then I can let him make his decision with the information we've given him.
Hey.
Hey, what's up?
They wanted to FaceTime you for this video really quick.
Okay.
Right guy.
What's up, Tram, man?
How are you, buddy?
I'm good. Just out here slinging. I just closed 2 deals in a row.
Good. Well, dude, we're going to give you the rundown on our opinion on this property.
Okay, sounds good to me.
So my thought is I would only purchase this property as an investment property at $235,000. You currently have it under contract at $295,000.
For the 8th time, you got it.
$60,000 more than what I would pay as an investment property. But here is your situation: is there's not a whole lot more on the market, and this is kind of viewed as a single family home. And we do believe that you're purchasing it maybe $15,000 to $20,000 under market value. We also found a bunch of stuff that I think we can nickel and dime them. I personally think you could get another 10 grand off, so maybe 5 grand off the purchase price, 5 grand back in closing. But there's nothing like damning for the property. So that's a brief synopsis of where we're at. There are lots of pros and cons with giving you a place to live compared to what you'd be paying rent, compared to the fact that the rents and property values are on the up and up in this area. I don't know whether I would buy it or not. That's my honest opinion, because I see the pros and cons of both. So that's all the information, and we want to see what you're gonna do.
Sick. Honestly, since it seems like a good place to clean. I mean, I haven't actually seen it. Seems like a good place to live in. I think I'll probably just send it out. I might as well keep growing, right?
I like that attitude. All right, guy. Well, we're gonna do a follow-up video and see how this pans out for us, and see how much you can get rents up to and what we get back in the negotiation.
All right. Hey, I'm excited. Appreciate you guys. Thank you for going and helping me out with it.
You're the best, dude. Godspeed out on the doors, and we'll chat with you soon.
Thanks. Love you guys.
Love you too, buddy. Now, if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you remember to like, subscribe. My brain, it doesn't work to do this, what I'm supposed to say, because it's your job lately. You wanna?
Sorry, I'm busy.
Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. We'll look forward to seeing you guys in the future videos.